cape trimmed with black fur. A gray-skinned pike trails him and sits.
So, finally Zerek Besh is here.
The caped man eyes them all as he sits. The table before him is a rich black, trimmed with crimson and bronze.
Each of you represents some of the most powerful criminal organizations in the galaxy. Pikes, Crimson Dawn, Huts.
The Hutt Weequay spits out a bone, and the man glares.
It's a golden age for the underworld. The Empire's little Death Star gets blown to pieces, and the law is distracted by a rebellion that won't quit. It's an opportunity to make millions. But, to my surprise, one of you sends a spy into my own house.
A holopuck shows a Twi'lek.
When I thought we all could share this feast.
The pike switches it off.
Enough, Sliro. I didn't come all this way to listen to lies, while your Zerek Besh rats skim off our spice lanes.
The Hutt shoots to his feet and pounds the table. Subtitles. Those lanes were ours. The pike. Fool.
You know, my brother was heir to the family fortune. He's gone now. Do you remind me of him?
Subtitles. The Hutt. Good-looking guy, then. The Hutt sits back down.
He always came first. Even at dinner. If he'd finished his meal, he'd just take my plate. All I could do was watch him chew. Go hungry.
What is the point of this?
If Zerek Besh wants partners, forget it. Been done. Doesn't work.
Partners?
The man, Sliro, eyes them.
Weren't you listening? I'm starving.
He takes a piece of fruit.
It's time to eat.
Guards aim their weapons at the representative. In a low-roofed room, a human woman sleeps on a couch. A reptilian creature with 3 feelers on either side of its face pounces on her stomach. It leaps down as she pushes herself up. The creature noses a bowl toward her.
I know, buddy. Just give me a minute.
She picks up a holopuck resting on the couch and leans forward.
This'll work, right?
The holo shows a logo in Orabesh, then glitches to the schematic of a building with a flashing red dot inside. The woman moves to a table and dons a leather holster and power pack, then holsters a blaster. She reaches into her pulled back hair and rolls her eyes.
Tank Ferric.
She scans the floor.
Where is it?
The creature paws her leg.
All right. Let's get you some food.
She waves it forward as she turns to a cluttered shelf.
R3 button, read data pack. Where's the money? K. We had a deal. Getting the police to drop the case wasn't cheap, but you've shown nothing for it. I've checked with every fence in the workers' district, but they say you've got nothing but debts. Well, it's time to pay them, or things will get messy. You've got 3 days. Sneem. R3 button, read data. R3 button, examine.
We need some real food.
R3 button, check scanner.
Police scanner's quiet tonight. Hope it stays that
R3
way.
button, examine.
I've practiced enough. Time for the real thing.
Pause. Button 3 of 8, save. Button 5 of 8. Button 6 of 8, settings, settings. Option 1, accessibility preset. Option colors. Option 4 of warning. Option 3 of 4, deuterain. Option 4 of 4, tritanopia. The colors used by option 1 of 4, default warning. Accessibility presets. Option vision. Vision option 3 of 3, option 2 of 3, warning. Accessibility presets. Option 1, gameplay. Cognitive. Option 3 of 3, customize preset. A group of common settings to give extra guidance. Accessibility Option 1 of 7. Option 1 of 19, interface text size. Option 7 of 19, HUD icon size. Current, default. 120, default, 120, default. 1, default. Option. Option 10 of 19, cent. Option. Option. Option 7. Option 18 of 19, rotate map to player view. Current value off. On. Option. 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 Option 1 of 9, screen 2109. Fill screen. Option 7 of 9, per, object motion blur intensity. Current value 10. Set the intensity of motion off. On. Option 9 of 9. Pause.
Coruscant's gonna take the cup.
You're leaving a lot of money on the table.
Don't know the crew, don't like it.
If you change your mind, let me know.
In a cantina, a Solistan leaves a datapad with a Zabrak bartender.
So, Bram, that for me?
Kay walks up.
No. But this is...
Ah, my data spike.
Yeah, and it's broken. Some scrap rat was selling it in the square. Says he found it in Sixth Kin turf.
And now you're gonna say messing with the sixkin is a bad idea.
It's gonna get you killed.
That's another way of putting it.
You've got no crew, Kay. And you keep going it alone with high-risk scores that just go sideways.
You want it done right? You do it yourself.
I get it. You've hit some bad luck.
Bad luck. I'm out of marks, I'm broke, and I live in an attic.
Why don't you stick around the Broken Hoof tonight? Fix yourself some dinner. Let me set you up with something small, an easy hustle.
Or you could just give me that job on your pad there.
Nice try.
Then I got plans.
She
Take some
turns to
credits.
leave.
For the data spike.
I'm good.
She waves dismissively.
Then I'll put it towards your rent.
I said I'm good, Bram.
New quest item. Broken data spike. 1.
We're not getting anywhere with a busted data spike. Come on, next. Let's see Preben. Then we break into Club Tarsus and steal the
Location discovered.
when they're safe.
Workers district.
We'll get us
Canto
on the shuttle
Bite.
to the core worlds.
Okay?
R3 button.
I need
Talk.
to give you something.
R3 button. Talk.
What is it?
It's the bill for the 3 Meluran your little scud stole from me last week.
Hey, you don't know that was Nick's?
I only ever seen one of him anywhere. You pay up soon, or I'm turning him in.
Objective. Repair the data spike at Preban's shop. Pause. Button. Button 5 of 8. Settings. Settings. Option. Option 1 of 9. Option. Quality. Performance. Quality. 6. 7. 6. 6. Option 8 of 9. Film. Option 4 of 7. Pop. Pop. Button. Button 6. Settings. Settings. Option 1 of 7. Accessibility presets. Cross button. Open accessibility presets. Hold square button. Reset all to default. Circle button. Back.
I'm going to talk about recommended settings I think you should change in Star Wars Outlaws immediately. This is mostly going to be for your benefit, like playing full screen instead of having the black bars at the top and the bottom, as well as having your speeder where you can look around without the mouse actually turning you if you are playing mouse and keyboard. So let's go ahead and go into the settings. So we hit the escape menu, we go to settings. We'll start out with gameplay. In gameplay, you can set the enemy difficulty, the player health, and the wanted difficulty if you are struggling at all. I do recommend turning on Explorer mode so that it helps you find everything, because it's really tricky to find things in this game, I'm not gonna lie. I also have my view angle set to a much higher, FOV, which is personally my choice. You can of course change this to match how close or far you want to be from the character's third person. In terms of mini games, I'm using simple numerals on the cards so that you can see that's a 2, that's a 3, instead of the old, 2, 3. It doesn't really matter. I also have fast mode, helper logs, and cheat mini games so that you can cheat during the game, because this card game's hard. I have the lockpicking rhythm challenge turned off because I don't really like it sometimes. It just gets annoying because you have to do it often. Having it
Pause
turned
menu.
off just means that you have
Button
to click
6 of
in
8,
any order you
settings.
want, and it still has the feeling of you're unlocking it. It just doesn't. Base difficulty, I have all of the things turned on too. Now let's go ahead and look at the controls. Now if you are playing on mouse and keyboard like I am, I highly recommend turning on the speeder mouse steering to off, unless you prefer steering with the mouse. I find it very jarring to move the mouse and suddenly it's stuck in like I want to have off. If I scroll a bit further down, you can see I have my sensitivity, and you prefer the full screen layout instead of the default 21:9, which is this. I don't really like playing in this. I like to use my full screen because it feels like I'm playing the game in full screen. That's a personal preference, but it's by default the game launches in this. This is what the default game looks like in 21:9. I mean, if you like the much wider field of view or you have a wide monitor, go for it. This is fine. But for me, I don't like the black bars at the top and the bottom of my screen. So I go ahead and I set this to full screen so that it plays with the full screen so that it looks like this instead. For me, this just feels much more natural, and I prefer it this way. You might have to change that FOV slider to have your character, be a little bit further forward, just so that you have more of the screen available. Apart from that, I haven't really changed much else here. Everything is by default, for my NVIDIA graphics card and everything. Moving on into our graphics settings. There is a mode in here that might help you if you are stuck with something, and this is called high contrast mode. So if we go into this over here, you can actually turn this on, for example, and have it full.
High contrast.
Settings.
Ja,
Option
wacht,
3
is
of
dat
7,
ook alweer?
controls.
Ja.
Cross button, open controls.
Graphics.
Hold square button, reset all to default. Option 1 of 9, screen calibration. Cross button, screen calibrate. Brightness. Adjust the brightness until
Where's the
display.
graphics?
Option 2 of 9, high contrast. Option performance, quality. Option 5 of 9, mode. Off. On. Option 9 of 9, off. On. Option 4 of 7, display and graphics. Cross button, Option 1 of 9, screen calibration. Cross button, screen calibration.
Graphics?
Circle button, back. Option 4 of 7, pause menu. Button 6 of 8, settings. Option 1 of Option 4 of 7, display and graphics. Cross button, open display and graphics. Hold. Option 1 of 9, screen calibration. Cross button, screen Option 4 of 9, quality. Current value quality. Select a graphics quality preset for the overall graphics quality. Left button, previous, locked. Right button, next. Option 5 of Option 7. Pause menu. Button 6 of objective. Pause menu. Exit to titles. Pause menu. Button 8 of 8. Exit to title screen. Press cross button to start. Main buttons, settings. Option Option 1 of 9, screen, brightness. At 9. Option 2 of 4, HDR mode. Display and graphics. Option 1 of 9. Option 3 of 9, cinematic display. Option 4 of 9, quality. Option 4 of 7, display and graphics. Gameplay. On. Option 4 of Option 1 of 19. Option Protonopia, Deuteranopia, Protonop, default. Option 5 of 19. Option 10 of 19. Option 13 of 19. Option 18. Option 6 of 7. Option 1 of 9. 6, 7. 6, 6. Off, on. Off, on. Option. Gameplay. Option 4 of 28, auto, perfect cooling. Current. Option 90, 85. Option 12 of 28, Kessel sub. Option 11 of.
Yeah.
Option 13 of 28. Option 26 of 28, collision damage prevention. Option 3. Option 1 of 9, brightness. Adjust the bright 8. Option 2 of 4, HDR mode. Option 3 of 4. Option 2 of 4, Option 4 of 4, HDR UI peak. Current display and graphics. Option 1 of 9, screen calibrate. Performance. Quality. Performance. Quality. Performance. Option 7 of 9, per, object motion, 6. Option 5 of 7, user interface. Main menu. Button 6 of. Button 7 of 7, credit. Button 3 of 7, Option 2 of 2, beginnings, location Cantonica, playtime 0 hours set, delete.
Yes.
Option 1 of 1, begin, delete. 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 Unable to delete this save. Main menu. Button 4 of 7, store. Main menu. Button 4 of 7, store.
Moving on into our graphics setting, there is a mode in here that might help you if you are stuck with something. This is called high contrast mode. So if we go into this over here, you can actually...
Button, settings, settings. Option 1 of 9, screen calibration.
Oh, there you are.
Full plus world. World color. High contrast. Full plus full. Option 2 of 7, world color. World color. Choose new color. Old color, 255, 255, 255, 255.
Full plus world.
Opacity
and
selected.
What it will actually do is, if there's an object that you can interact with and you just don't know what you're supposed to do and you're stuck, turn this mode on just for a split second and you can see like the door that you're supposed to interact with is now in yellow, whereas the world is like in white. So you can easily tell, hey, I'm supposed to interact with that thing.
High contrast. Up full plus world.
No. Oh.
No.
No. Yeah. Dope. Pressed.
Option 2 of 9, high contrast mode. Cross button, open high contrast mode. Circle button, back. Option 3 of 9, cinematic display mode. Option 1 of 19, interface text size. Option 3 of 19. Option 6. Option 10 of 19, set on. Option 13 of 9. Option 18 of. Main. Button 2. Button 3 up. Load.
We're not getting anywhere with a busted
Objective.
data spike.
Repair the data spike at Pre-Ban's shop.
Then